I rise in strong opposition to H.R. 772. This bill would undo years of progress towards implementing menu labeling requirements and only lead to greater consumer and industry confusion. We included a requirement in the Affordable Care Act that certain restaurants and other retail food establishments with 20 or more locations display calorie and other nutritional information in order to give consumers access to the information they need to make healthy choices in a way that would be consistent and easy to understand. Now, GOP efforts to sabotage the Affordable Care Act continue with this legislation today, which also undermines the ACA's prevention goals. Unfortunately, H.R. 772 would weaken the current menu labeling requirements and lead to extended compliance delays, putting those establishments who have already begun complying at a disadvantage. While proponents of this bill claim it will increase flexibility for covered entities, in reality this bill would allow restaurants and other retail food establishments to determine their own serving sizes and what would be the one designated menu or menu board for the purposes of disclosing caloric information. It would also permit establishments to disclose nutritional content food items through a choice of methods instead of utilizing a standardized format. H.R. 772 also would limit the civil liability of covered entities, impeding private citizens' ability to take legal recourse should an establishment fail to comply with the menu labeling requirements. And as I noted when we considered a similar version of this bill in the last Congress, I continue to believe that legislation is not the right approach to address the concerns raised by some industry groups regarding the menu labeling rule. The FDA has been diligently working with stakeholders since the law was passed to find a workable approach that provides consumers with transparency when eating out, but while also ensuring covered establishments have the tools they need to implement the rule. Just this past November, FDA issued new supplemental draft guidance to help answer any outstanding questions still posed by industry. The agency has demonstrated that it is best positioned to address. Could I have an additional 30 seconds?
Oh,
Thank
certainly.
you.
Do you need a minute?
No, 30
Okay,
is
30
fine.
seconds.
Thank you. The
Gentleman's
FDA
recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The FDA has demonstrated that it is best positioned to address specific concerns with the regulation, and this new guidance is an example that FDA is taking the necessary steps to make compliance attainable. So again, we have a new FDA administrator appointed by the Trump administration, and he's trying to work with industry to get this done. So we shouldn't roll back the clock and undo the progress we've made. Instead, we should be moving forward with the menu labeling requirements as they currently stand and are set to go into effect in May of this year. H.R. 772, unfortunately, would do the opposite. And for this reason, I oppose the bill and urge my colleagues to